gonna go online and just do what
Hey
you gotta
guys,
do.
thank you for tuning in to another episode of Meet the Shoe podcast. I'm Sade.
I'm Nina. What's good, y'all? Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday, and thank you for tuning in to our live show. So, well, President Trump is holding true to every promise he has promised to the U.S. Americans here. He's not backing down, and it's like, how can I say, tit for tat kind of thing? You know what I'm saying? You know how children do. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if you do something to me, I'm gonna do it to you. I'm gonna get you somehow. That, I
Right.
think that's his mentality as our
Mhm.
president right now, and it's
Right.
kind of childish. And I'm like, it don't make any sense. You know, from immigration to the Department of Education to the federal government, the IRS. And I got a story on that because look, every entity that he's messing with, he has some dealings with. Far as
Right.
the IRS, far as the income tax, the taxes and stuff like that, it's like he maybe has some kind of animosity against them because they had to turn in his taxes in the past because remember the fraud stuff. You know what I'm saying? They were saying he
Right.
cooking his books, you know what I'm saying, or inflating his pay, or somebody in his cabinet was inflating their the money to, you know what I'm saying, to it's just that part of IRS. So he downsized them. They fired everybody, told them they turn in their resignation, and or first they was going to get a severance pay. They're not going to get a dime now. You know what I'm saying? And then you see, as far as the Department of Education, he does not want anyone to. I think it's the teachings of history and what this world was built upon, which you cannot erase how America was built. You know how
Right.
it grew. You know what I'm saying, and that's on the backs of slavery, the blacks, Native Americans, which is their land. It was stolen. Um, how can I say, immigrants that came over here that are working now today, making this world go round, you know. And it's sad that he's the tit for tat man. That's what I'm gonna call him. That's what he is, the tit for tat man. Simple as that. He downsized the Department of Corrections by half today, half on the federal level, which sometimes
Can
the
you? Okay, wait. Stop, Sade, because you got all the information on that, honey. You was getting down, baby. Okay, so that's what I wanted to ask you. When he stopped, there was the video that we saw that he stopped the whole Department of Education and he made them leave right then and there. Could you explain that to the audience about what that actually means? Because a lot of people are confused about that.
Well, okay, so I get kind of confused on it. So the Department of Education has a federal entity, and a
Okay.
lot of those grants are some of the grants that are trickled down to the local Department of Education, local and state. They probably apply for certain grants or get grants from there, but it's not a lot. The
Okay.
majority of the grants that you will get or funding from the federal government would be probably college level, like the Pell grants, the um, financial student aid for students going to college. Okay,
Okay.
so he says he's not going to get rid of that, but I can suspect that they're going to have some kind of stipulations where it's going to be hard for a person like me or you to get financial aid to go to college. You know, he's
Okay.
trying to, it's like he's looking at like HBCU universities, colleges. He's trying to downsize those where you can't feel like you should not have a secluded, segregated schools. But we were segregated a long time ago. But you can't.
Right.
It's minorities, white people and Asian people go to HBCU colleges. You know what I'm saying? But the mass majority are black and Africans that go there.
You
So
know, another thing too, what's so sad is that well, I wouldn't necessarily, yeah, let me backtrack on sad. It's sad that he's trying to take it away, but it's not sad that they want to learn. It's like every other culture is asking to learn about slavery and about African Americans, because we say all day that this country, that the natives were the first ones here, but as
Mhm.
we continue to read and hear history, even with Putin, right?
Right.
They're really stating that we were. So
Yeah,
there's
black
nothing that there's
natives. Hmm.
there's nothing necessarily that can be done or that hasn't been done without us initiating it. Like with just even with the way the world is just going, and it's like the credit doesn't want to be given to us, or
No.
they don't want us to even learn on our own
Hmm.
because they're afraid that we're going to reverse what they done. That's not even
Right.
what we don't even teach our kids anything like that. We
No.
don't teach our kids hate.
No. No,
It's
we
just
don't.
learned, right? It's learned from and retaliation.
Right.
But everything that they're teaching is to teaching the hate and disrespect and ruin America. Like it's bad.
It is bad. It is bad. So yeah, it's a lot of people that got on the news and different shows saying if there's laws set in place for the people in the federal government that hold position in the Department of Education, that you can't just let them go and fire them like that. So now that you don't just released all these people, half the people you just told them like it was a fire alarm. Y'all got to go right now. The fire alarm is on. Run on out the door. Don't pass go. In fact, don't even take nothing but your purse, your belongings and stuff like that. But so you gonna just sit up there? Now the legal process is gonna be a long process for them to go through. You know what I'm saying? Now these people not even getting paid now. So you don't
right,
take people's livelihood away from them. People depend on that money, their paychecks every 2 weeks or once a month, however they get paid, to pay their mortgages, to eat. You know what I'm saying? Everyone is suffering. You know what I'm saying? They say we're not in the recession, but we are. You know what I'm saying? Everything has skyrocketed. The stocks are plummeting. You know what I'm saying? Day by day is going down. I
right.
mean, gas, flights going somewhere has doubled. You know, so it's like, dude, stop the tit for tat with the tariffs. Oh my God, I don't know how much to charge people anymore right now because I'm in limbo. If I get a shipment, I might get tariffs on it, and I might not. I don't know.
600 feet. And with that, has the companies that you get your products through, have they um given you any like a incentive on how you should
Proceed. Well,
yeah, because you being a small business, you have to keep continuing to operate as well. I mean, they don't have any like backup plan or grant
no,
for you to
no.
not be able to take care of your business. So can
Yes.
you is there any
Well,
way that you can break that down and explain how that even goes?
right. So, say a spray bottle. A lot of companies like Brazilian Blowout, all those people that I order products from, Color, Weller, Autumn, some of them are not manufactured in the U.S. Point blank, period. There's nothing made in the U.S. because manufacturing in the United States is difficult right through now because of how we want clean air and clean CO2's emissions in the world here in the United States. So a lot of those companies have left and went over to China, Tokyo, or places, Taiwan, places like that to make their products. And now that they have to ship and import back, those products may be, well, he said 25% tariffs on certain businesses. That's that. I mean, importing, exporting, because a lot of the cans and bottling that we get are coming from the UK. Some of the bottles that we have steel and stuff like that is coming from Canada. So that's a different tariff. So we're going back and forth making stuff with the US, Canada, Mexico. So you're adding all these tariffs. So 25%, like I told you, 25% on a avocado that was already $2 is going to be like almost 3 $3.99, another dollar extra, or two or more. You know what I'm saying? So it gets difficult because everyone is building and making in another country. Everyone. There are
Damn.
barely any companies that's just dealing with US. Even the manufacturing companies that are in the US, they still getting steel from Canada. They still getting something from Mexico. They still getting something from China. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking speaking of Canada, I wanted to let me cover this. Sorry, y'all, I'm in traffic. Sade been having to hold me down, but
That's okay. We hold each other down. But
I am I want y'all to hear this right here. It was a video that we saw where the man explained how Minnesota, here it goes. Minnesota, I'm finna pull over y'all so you can hear this. The man explained how Minnesota will be affected tremendously
yes.
by electricity, right?
Mhm.
Let me roll my windows up so y'all can hear. Okay. So he's explaining this. Oh, wait. Let me turn it up. Forward with a 25% surcharge on electricity exports for the 1.5 million American homes and businesses that Ontario powers, homes and businesses in Minnesota, Michigan, and New York. Michigan and New York. Surcharge will cost families and businesses in these states up to $400,000 each and every single day. On an average, this will add around $100 per month to the bills of hardworking Americans. Hey, that $100. I will not hesitate to increase this charge. If necessary, if the United States escalates, I will not hesitate to shut the electricity off completely. Oh. We'll apply maximum pressure to maximize our leverage. That's why today we're moving forward with a 25% surcharge on electricity exports for the 1.5 million American homes and businesses that Ontario powers, homes and businesses in Minnesota, Michigan, and New York. This surcharge will cost families and businesses in these states up to $400,000 each and every single day. On an average, this will add around $100 per month to the bills of hardworking Americans. Let me be clear. I will not hesitate to increase this charge. Okay, so with that being said, now this is the president. That's the president of Ontario.
Doug Ford. I love him because you know what?
How come you love him? He gonna cut our electricity off.
He is not. He talked yesterday and said, I watched him. He said, you know what? I'm not going to go this back and forth with your president. Okay. He said, and I'm not going to let the people suffer because it's not their fault that they have. Okay. We have you know what I'm saying? You know what he wanted to say ahead in office. He said he's just going to deal with him, what they're going to do, but he's not going to let the people suffer. So he's not going to turn off our lights. We're just going to get charged accordingly. Yeah. Oh, he got to get his money back. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the light bill is already bad. Let me tell y'all about what's going on. Let me tell y'all.
Sure.
The center point energy, right? Center point energy. Come to the door. It's winter. It's dead of winter on my rental property. They cut it off. There's nobody there. It's empty. They cut it off.
Wait a minute, Danina. They usually not cut off your lights, or well, that's your gas too. But sometimes
they cut. No, they did. The lights is going and going, baby. They was like, hey, your bill is $600, and I'm just gonna be $1,000. I'm gonna worry about where I live at versus the rental, right? Ain't nobody in the rental. Right. And they said that the bill was $600, and I'm thinking, how's the bill $600? Nobody lives there. I got it set, right? Nobody lives there. Baby, they cut it off, and everybody's just running around. Your pipes are gonna bust. You know, pipes bust. I paid it immediately. The $650, right? They say you pay, you don't get no slide, but they kept coming to the door. every single time I went there to get the mail. There's the note on the door, like embarrass you in front of the neighborhood. Yeah, yeah,
Like,
you trifling landlord, you owe money. That's what they're saying, right?
right.
But I didn't care because nobody was there at that
Nobody's there.
time. And so
Have
you
you
just have
checked?
to they're making you pay your bills. I don't care, rent or whatever. They looking at you like you got all this money and I don't. But that's
No.
what they're looking at it as,
But
right?
you know what
Pay
now?
your goddamn bills. They
But you
they
know
they
what?
are on it.
The pressure's on them too. He's squeezing they nuts. The company
Yeah.
nuts. The company that had their money too. You know what I'm saying? So hey, it's like doggy dog, kick the dog, kick the cat. You're gonna get your money either which way
Yeah.
or loose. You know what I'm saying? So hey,
Hey Ben, hey Mayla, hey Chill Will. We appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all.
so now that all that, you know what I'm saying? Now I gotta wait and see if I really want to order extensions. If I really want to order this, and that. Now everybody's gonna get mad at me because my extension is gonna be at least $10 more, $15 more each bundle. How you gonna
Right.
go up on the price? What you mean how I'm gonna go up on my prices? Shoot, they going up on the prices and the shipping. I'm getting a tariff
Right.
and extra shipping. They ain't just,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So people gotta understand that's business, and I'm sorry, that's how it's gonna have to go, or y'all go somewhere else. I'm sorry, but
And you're right, because as far as business, okay, I'm in skincare. I haven't been pumping and promoting it now for like maybe 7 months. And I remember the last time I really promoted it was in July, right? July, August. The reason why, because we're transferring. We're transferring from handmade to
correct.
company
That's
made, right?
Mhm.
What people don't realize is that costs more.
It
So
does.
I'm kind of in fear with trying to go with a corporation, right? A manufacturing company versus us getting it done. But if she wants to, if I want to extend the life for her to learn business and for her to
Yes.
grow in, because I only started doing this to help her, right?
Right.
And to continue the business on, I have to go company wise and have to build a team. And with a tariff in place, it's going to be even worse.
Yeah.
You
Oh yeah.
already have problems having sales as a small business, right?
Yes,
But
ma'am.
then to be in fear of it because you're worried about all of the pricing and the taxes and everything that comes with it. This
They
is
have
just our reality.
they have to raise your prices and stuff. So it's like usually you'll gradually raise your prices every year or every other year when you
Yeah, like rent. Rent goes up at least $50 a year. And it's
know,
not fair usually to the person that's in the spot. It's never fair, but it's always stickler to the landlord because that's not nothing that the landlord wants to do to come up, right?
no.
Some do. I'm not saying, I'm just saying, I'm gonna say for myself, it's a tax thing. I remember there was someone in my house and they went from $1,200 all the way up to $1,750, and they were so angry at me. And I said, listen, I had to show them the breakdown of taxes.
Yeah. It
Like,
goes
this is
up.
what they're charging me. How can I charge you less or keep you the same if they're charging me?
Yeah, you gotta go
Right?
up.
And they didn't believe it until I show them. And then they
That's
started
it.
buying property and they started getting into home
And they see
buying and investing, and they totally understood. So like, it's just like, if you don't know no better, you won't do no better.
right.
Right now they're saying that it's no good for us to start buying land. I don't believe that, right?
Yeah, I don't want to
But
believe it either, but they're saying it's easier to rent. It's cheaper to rent
it's
up,
either cheaper to rent. It's cheaper, and that's horrible.
and that's
I
sad.
say it's all a tactic to prevent you to scare you from wanting to own or have something of your own. That's like, what are you going to pass back, right? What
Mm-hmm.
can you pass back? Okay,
Yeah.
so the next,
Oh, wait a minute. Ben said, "Wow, I believe their power grid sends power to up north folks. I don't believe it's going to affect the people in the city." Well,
oh yes, it will. He said Minnesota,
because we ain't got that many.
Michigan, and New York.
Yeah,
Minnesota, Michigan, New York. It's affecting the whole top of the Midwest, like the Midwest over to
yeah,
the
'cause
east.
we're so close to Ontario. Our grids are right there with Ontario, and I think Minnesota only has two light companies, right? Two or three.
Yeah.
Yeah, RPU.
No, Excel Energy is the only thing I know of. You can't switch to nothing. Where you going? Excel Energy is all I know. Centerpoint, Excel Energy, electric and heat. That's it.
That's it. Yeah, RPU around this area. So hey.
Yeah. So there was this lady we have to touch topic on, Ashley, right? Her name was Ashley. Am I saying it right? Alice Shea Bernay.
Uh-huh.
Alice Shea Bernay. I thought it was Ashley, but okay. So she went to she had asthma, right?
Uh-huh.
She had been a content creator, y'all, since she was 11 years old. She
Wow.
had over a million followers on all platforms. That's from TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. Like, she's big deal. She went
Right.
over to Mexico. Here go Mexico. Went over to Mexico with her brother and family. Now, the rumor was that she smoked some weed and it wasn't good. Cannabis, right? Can't say weed, I guess. Okay, cannabis. She smoked some cannabis and it was laced. Then the rumor was she ate and drank with friends and she went back to the hotel and she went to sleep and never woke up. Then her brother said that these were all misleading and false narratives, that he was over there with her and she passed away in her sleep from asthma. I don't know. I have an asthmatic child, right? And I have another child that has a heart condition, right? To me, I'm talking about it because it teared me up, because we don't be paying attention to our bigger kids, right? Because we think as they get grown or they get older, they're off on their own. So everybody knows I just had an 18-year-old the other day, and she's the one that's asthmatic. She constantly talks about, like, having some breathing issues, and then just getting sick sometimes with sleeping under the window, stuff like that. Kids not listening, right?
Yes.
The thing about it is that what we want to say is that you gotta check on your people. We've been constantly having podcasts where we constantly talk about that, because as we can see, the world is just getting worse. And it's definitely changing, but it's getting worse. And if you're not in tune and in touch, it's like they'll keep you in this scarcity method. Just to make y'all laugh, my daughter tells me, like, she's been saying, I want to go to Mexico. So I sent her the thing. She wants all of us, all of my friends, family, everybody to just get together as a big group and just all of us with their families go over to Mexico, go travel. She said to me, well, if we keep on watching the news and listening to the news, we ain't gonna go nowhere. So if I go somewhere and we go together, they can get both of us. And so I laugh, because that's the point, right?
Yeah.
We constantly keep on watching the internet and watching the news and staying in the scarcity mode. We don't want to fly. Oh, then Angie Stone gets killed on the road. We don't want to drive. Like, it's all a scarcity. And when it's your time, it's your time. You can't prevent it. If he say you gonna die walking down the street and a rock gonna roll over you, you walking down the street and a rock rolled over you and it smashed you and you're dead. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's whatever's gonna happen, when it's gonna happen, you cannot prevent it. Always proceed with caution. Thank you, Layla.
Thanks, baby. As you say, check on your friends and family. Now, this girl went to Punta Cana with all her friends, young child, 18, 19 years old. They went to Punta Cana.
Okay.
They meet some guys from St. Cloud, Minnesota. College, spring break. Hey, we having fun. They all
get spring break right now.
Yeah. And she's left on the beach with the guy from St. Cloud.
Okay.
He comes back. They got him on camera. Comes back, no shirt on, whatever, drunk, tipsy, and they don't know where she's at. Mind you,
where's she from?
Your friend. I can't remember where this young lady was from. Oh my God, I have to look it up. But mind you, her friends, other 3 friends, not even looking for her. They done went on excursions. They woke up the next morning, went to breakfast, went to excursions, and it's 12 hours later until you really think like, oh, so-and-so ain't even around us. What's going on? You mean to tell me you my friends and y'all not looking for me? In fact, you left me. You left me on the beach with some man that I don't know. I don't give a damn if I said I'm drunk. I'm gonna sit here with him or not. We all sitting there till you whatever you're doing, we done.
Mm-hmm.
Now they looking for it. They can't find him. And they said the tides are so. I knew going to Punta Cana, the tides are really rough. They said don't even go by that water. That's water you don't even want to wade your feet in because the tides is very rough in Punta Cana. So I never went in the water there because I saw it. I don't know, girl.
I mean, just hearing that you just scared me even more.
Oh my God.
More, girl. I don't want to do that. Girl, I mean, because when so I'll say speaking from a single woman's perspective.
I'm not gonna leave you. I'm not.
Never. I know we never do that anyway. Everybody go to the bathroom together. Everybody go to the store together.
Yes.
Okay, read what Chill Will said.
He said, "No, I don't agree with your tone. It's your time. It's your time. I don't agree with that because a person can't prevent certain situations at hand. Example: if I know the bartender is evil and hate blacks, but I go and ask for a martini, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're right.
I mean, yeah, no. I'm saying right. Chill. We will proceed with caution, right? Whatever you do. I get that. My thing is this. You have no control if you go over to Punta Cana and like they're saying, if she really died from the natural causes of asthma, right? That's my thing on it. If she really died from asthma, that's my thing. You can't prevent that. But you're right. I ain't going outside or out of town, period, right? In town, I could get away with being slick and doing some, something I ain't got no business, right? Okay. But if I'm out of town, it makes no sense for me to walk off with a strange man that got some paper or you was too damn close to the car. It makes no sense for me to do anything like that, right? Yeah, to walk off with somebody, to be dumb enough to give somebody my hotel room or my address, say, oh, I live in such and such state and I live by this, that, and the third. Too many details. You got to really be cautious even with the local jokers around here.
Yeah.
Of where you live and what you do and how you do and where you move and groove at, because you never know nobody's alternative, mindset, right? You don't know what they around here thinking or doing or how they plan,
I'm gonna tell you something. When we went to Punta Cana, them men there was something else because we had a person that worked on the grounds bang on our door. I mean, boom, 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 like he wanted to get in. Like, who is you? Even let you in, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's some weirdos.
Yes, it is. And there's Sade, can you pull that up so we can talk to them about that girl that went to, there was a lady, I just sent Sade this clipping of this lady, younger lady, her and her people, she had a class. She was in Ohio on some business, right? Mm-hmm. She went down there on real business, went to a class. The people that came with her nurse, her homegirl, her folks, they was kicking it.
Where is that? Is it
they was, I believe they were from Ohio. They went to Detroit. They stayed in the Airbnb. When they went to Detroit and stayed in the Airbnb, whoever the man, it can only be this, and it can either be the manager who's managing the Airbnb or the actual owner. So y'all remember that it's only two people in between, right?
Right.
The man contacted her at 3:40 in the morning and asked her, can she move her car because he needed to shovel some snow. She said it wasn't no snow out there. She said, okay. So she said, okay, well, can you do this in the morning? I'll be up at 7. He called her at 3:40. 2 minutes later, he called her back and said, no, I need you to move it now. But guess what? Peep this, y'all. The whole house, you hear me? It was 6 of them. Got up out that bed, head wraps, all that, slippers. They went outside together to
Yeah.
watch her move that car. As
Okay.
soon as she came outside, the owner ran off.
Shut
What?
up.
He drove off. She said, hold the hell up. You've been calling me. She showed on the phone. You've been calling me. You called me at least 14 times. They staying in the Airbnb. She said it was creepy. They was feeling a little off and awkward.
We had
There
cameras
was
on,
nothing in the house that had no cameras, had so they thought.
so they thought, yeah.
Me be previous Airbnb owner. You can only have cameras outside of the
Outside.
house.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
then there's this thing that you can buy that is a sound thing. And it'll tell you when you can't hear voices really, but you can
But you know
hear
the
if
motion.
someone is in the house or out the house, right? It
Mm-hmm.
lets you know. Do you know that man had to have secret camera seat? That let me know I don't want nothing to do with no Airbnb. And I used to own one. I don't
Okay.
want nothing to do with it because
Yeah.
she said, why you called me 14 times? She has showed on Instagram, the man, the owner or the manager, and guess what? Airbnb, y'all. She calling Airbnb. Airbnb ain't answering. So I'm going to let y'all know. Majority of Airbnb is all automated. They do have a 24-hour service. But I want to let y'all know you're always dealing with a computer. And when the automated people can get to you, you be in line. They
Yeah.
have a 24-hour service to contact somebody in your state, but just always know that. I'm not going to lie, though. They do have this system that if you're an owner that
Mm-hmm.
has anything on your background, I'm talking about the smallest thing,
Oh,
you
they
can't
don't
run that Airbnb.
know.
So a lot of times with these trafficking, that's what she was thinking. She was about to get trafficked,
Yes, she
right?
was.
There are a lot of these people that's doing these trafficking. They think that they're slick. They think that they can slide through the system and do things without you noticing. But you always gotta pay attention. Ain't no
Yeah.
more of them days of going out of town by yourself.
No, it's
That's
not.
done. Especially if you ain't gonna meet up with family. You gotta meet up with somebody. You gotta be on this phone. You got to be on this technology constantly.
Yes.
Ain't no being slick and slip and sliding no on the low, let's creep type shit.
No.
Excuse my language, but for real, because the world, like I said, is getting worse.
Yep, it's getting worse.
It's getting worse. I just hate that the girl Alicia that we are talking about. Of course, we're talking about her because just think she's a content creator. She was across all platforms. This girl that was I forget her name from I'll put it in the description, later, the Instagram, so y'all can actually hear the story. I'll copy the link in and let y'all know that girl that went on that trip in Detroit, she would have been gone had she
Yeah.
not been with her whole family.
No, she would have been gone. They've been looking for her. Yeah. Yeah.
Shit crazy. And
Chile
another,
said, we really don't know who these people are that own these Airbnbs. We need to check their backgrounds, etc. too. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Most
definitely do. Definitely do. And then I'm gonna tell y'all another thing. When y'all go out of town and y'all go on an Airbnb, always check and see if it's under a company or if it's under an individual. Right?
Yeah.
Because when it's under an individual,
They check the individual. Right?
You can check the individual, but you can't check the company. Then with the company, you don't know who is responsible,
exactly,
for the company. Just think of this, y'all. Just think of this. They just now found out about Kanika Jenkins.
Oh,
that the security guard knew her because they used to do kickbacks. That's when I first heard that, the young kids term. Back when she went with they would have the kickbacks. That was the hotel that they frequent had kickbacks. The security officer ended up confessing and saying that he killed her. He raped her first and then he killed her. If you guys notice, there was a part of her personal information that was sealed, that the public couldn't get to. But Mom and them knew. Mom and them knew something was wrong, and all along, just think, y'all, everybody blamed her poor friends.
Yeah.
Saying her friends had something to do with her friends set her up. They never set her up. They had nothing to do with it. They might have been neglectful by not paying attention to, damn, where the fuck she go? What's taking her so long? But
Right.
they didn't have nothing at all to do with it. A whole security guard at the hotel.
But we knew it was somebody that worked there in that hotel, or the owner or somebody, because it's on the cameras that she's walking down the hall and goes in the freezer. Or
but you walk in there, you walk your way down. The man's telling you where, he's guiding you where to go because your ass is drunk. You lit. You knew him. So you going with because you knew him.
Yeah.
And then she's a young girl. She was only 19. She doing what you say because she cool with you.
Man.
They fixed those cameras, y'all. They fixed them cameras. And they was able to fix the cameras because the security officer was friends with the owner's son or something. That's who he confessed it to.
Oh my God. Ate him up. He had to confess. He had
years
to.
later.
Years later, but he was eating. Them demons was messing him up, girl. He had to tell.
Yeah. He couldn't live with that. The demons kept bouncing on his head. And he had to confess it to somebody. He had to. So rest in peace to those women that lost their life. And y'all be careful, please.
Careful, yeah.
One last thing I want to end on. There was a concert in Ockert, I might not be saying it right, Ohio.
Okay.
That Boosie had a concert there.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why I want to speak on this is that Boosie had a concert there and 2 people got shot. Y'all go back and look on his Instagram post. It was really insensitive about what he said. And the reason why I'm blaming it up is that we constantly keep on supporting the entertainers. Nothing's wrong with that. But when you're doing half-ass things, you can't get no support from that. No. You are overcharging all this money for these concerts, right? Mm-hmm. To not have no security.
Oh no! Oh.
He had security securing him.
For him, yeah.
In the video, you could tell, right? He had security securing him, but who's securing the crowd?
Exactly.
And I was listening to another podcaster earlier talking, and he was like, which makes a lot of sense as we get older, especially with this gun-free zone and these guns always going off and everybody's so sensitive and that's what they want to do.
Right.
You do have to pick and choose where you're going to go and what you do because you have somebody that you got to get home to.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Life is about fun and having fun, but you still have your kids, your grandkids that you may or may not even have had yet. Mm-hmm. Just your life. You still got people that care about you. So now it's like you got to watch your step in everything that you do.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. Yes, you do. Well,
thank you all for tuning in. Y'all catch up with us on tomorrow and Friday, 6 p.m. It won't be live. It'll be pre-recorded, but thank you for supporting the channel. Like, share, subscribe.
Support our sponsors, Cashmere Lux hair products, Lena Beans, body butter, and Bossed Up Beauty waist trainer and activewear. See you guys.